thank you for joining me once again. My name is Jenny Allen, and before we get into today's content, please make sure that you're subscribed to my channel by clicking the subscribe button below. Turn on your notification and please make sure that you thumbs up this video, and also check the notification box below because I have lots of content in the description box, lots of other videos, links to other things, so please make sure you take the time to check out the description box. So let's get started. Like here in London, I'm sure that most of you are under lockdown at the moment. In London, we've been in lockdown now for, I think we're coming into the 5th week, maybe the 4th or the 5th week, something like that, of being on lockdown. And one thing that I've come to realise is the importance of having a routine. Even though that we're on lockdown, I still have to do work at home. So I've been given a work laptop and there's things that I have to do every morning. And I have to send off to the education authority and to the government, about our school numbers, the number of staff that are on that are in work, because we're looking after key worker children. Sometimes we have 5 or 6 children a day, and we've got a small number of staff that support those children, and we follow social distancing and all the rules about antibacterial, make sure we wash our hands regularly, etc, etc, etc. But because I'm working from home, I have to make sure that I have a routine that I try and stick to, and having a routine really helps me to plan out my day. And what I do as well, I have a diary, my diary, that I write everything in that I want to do. So for example, for today's work, last night I ticked off all the things, or highlighted all the things that I wanted to do today. And having a routine really helped me, and it will really help you also. And it really helps my mental health. It keeps me in check, I'm not wasting my time, and it keeps me alert and focused. So I want to give you some reasons, or 7 ways to stay motivated and productive during lockdown. 7 ways to stay motivated and productive during lockdown. Okay, so the first one is try to maintain a normal routine. Try as much as possible to maintain a normal routine. I try and get up at the same time that I get up for work every day. I don't always succeed because I'm thinking, oh, I can have a lie-in and stuff. But for work, when I get up for work, I tend to get up at 5. I have my devotionals and everything. After that, I use the bathroom and I'm out the door by 7. So my normal routine for work is getting up at 5, and as much as possible I try and stick to that routine of getting up at 5 o'clock, because it keeps your body in a pattern. Okay? Number 2, stay connected. Loneliness is very damaging to your body, to your mental health. Stay connected. We're quite privileged these days because we have social media, we have WhatsApp, we can contact people very easily, we can join in on conversations via Facebook, YouTube, we can join in, we can interact with people. Stay connected. It will help us to stay motivated. Stay connected with people, because the way I stay connected is I've got different groups that I belong to that are online, a few Facebook groups that I interact with every day, share ideas, post things, and it will help you to keep that stimulus, because to be honest, we are not created to be alone. No human being should be a lone creature. We're not created to be alone, even though at times we like to stay alone, because basically I'm an introvert and I like my own company and my own space. But there are times when it is really important for me to get out there and interact with people and meet people. Being on your own, having loneliness as a consistent thing is not helpful and not beneficial to your mental health or your physical body. So get out there, make friends online if you can. Number 3, go outside. going outside, getting that fresh air is a really good way of clearing your mental space. If you're in a position of lockdown where you're not allowed to leave your house, see if you have a garden, sit in your garden. If you haven't got a garden and you're in a block of flats, see if you can sit near the window the window open a little bit, just to get some fresh air, but get a view of outside. Personally, I like to go for walks, and every morning I go for a walk. My walk can be between 30 minutes to 45 minutes. Sometimes it can be an hour, but it really just helps me to clear my head and help me to prepare myself. And I always feel a really, really alert when I go for walks. Go outside if you can. If you can't go for long walks, sit in your garden. And it's so, I love connecting with nature. I like looking at trees. I like looking at the grass. I like admiring the flowers. I love outside, and it really, really stimulates my mental health. So number 4, if you're working from home, take a break, have lunch, go for a wander, get fresh air. Because sometimes when you're working from home, you can really kind of get stuck in and the time can just go. So try and stick to your normal working hours. If you have a coffee break at work, take a coffee break at home. When you have your lunch break at home, when you have your lunch break at work, and finish your work when you actually finish work in your physical building, your actual physical place of employment. So if you're working from home, take your breaks, try as much as possible to stick to your work routine at home. Stick to those hours. Okay, number 5, plan and prioritize. I had mentioned earlier that the night before I tend to go through my diary and I put down a list of everything I want to do for the week, and then I highlight what I want to do each day. So I did that yesterday. I planned my day. Today is Tuesday, and I planned Tuesday on Monday night. So you don't want to, the reason why I do that is because I didn't want to merge. I didn't want my work and my personal home life to clash and begin to merge. So I plan. So first thing in the morning, after I've done my devotion, I get dressed, sort myself out, and then I try and start work the same time as if I was at my physical workplace at work. So I start that and I get on with the work that I have to do, albeit that the work is limited, but I still try to stick to those hours, and then I have a cut-off point where I don't do any more work at home because my work is limited. Because I work in a school, obviously there's no children, there's no staff, there's no demands or anything like that. There's a few things that I have to do each day, as I said before, to get things back to the government. So plan and prioritize the night before. Plan and prioritize and structure your day. Okay, number 6, have a designated workspace. As you can see here, that I am actually recording this video in my office, but I use my table as my designated workspace in my office to do my work for my employer. So it's important to keep them separate. I don't do my schoolwork, or I don't do my schoolwork in my front room, in my living room. I don't do it anywhere else except for here, because I want a clear demarcation line. I want everything kept separate. Okay, and the last thing is focus on the positive. Focus on positive. It can be challenging because we're not used to being in such lockdown conditions. We're not used to being constrained, but focus in on the positive. And one of the things that I admired was that in Italy, even though the issues in Italy were so bad, the outbreak, the casualties, the number of deaths because of the virus, everybody was on lockdown. They weren't even allowed to go out on the street, whereas here in London, we can go out for walks, we can do different things. But there they couldn't. And what they did was somebody would open up their window and they would sing, or they would play an instrument, or they would have conversations with their neighbours across the way, albeit that Italy is set up very differently in terms of the way how their houses are, because they're quite closed in. But they made the best of the situation. And I want to encourage you that in the darkest of times, you can find a glimmer of light for your situation. Italy made the best of it. They were grateful. Have a heart of gratitude. Yes, everything is not perfect. Things are not the way that we want them to be at the moment. But find the best in everything. Find the light. Find a glimmer of light in this darkness that we're in at the moment, because it's not going to last forever. So I hope those 7 things did challenge you. I hope that they did really help you, give you some pointers as to what you can do to maintain productivity and to stay positive during lockdown. Let me know how you're managing with the lockdown in the comments below. Let me know if these tips have really helped you, and I'll see you in my next video. And don't forget to subscribe, thumbs up this video, and turn on your notifications. I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Bye.